Hello, Port Harcourt. My name is Jude, the dude on Mamigbe. I will be your compare, I'll be your guest, I will be your host simultaneously from now till about noon today. And I bring you as always the gospel according to great conversation and Bole and fish. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning I woke up at about 5:30 this morning to 6, and I started my day by thinking, what do I make for breakfast? And lo and behold, just where my pantry was, there were 6 little fingers of plantain, ripening, yellow, golden, and filled with deliciousness. Yours truly had to look at them. They were looking at me, I looked at them, they looked at me, looking at them, looking at me, looking at them, saying, bro, you have got to fry us this morning. I said, I know, and that's what I'm going to do. I fried them plantains this morning, and I can tell you, it's a lovely day as it is. If you haven't had plantain in a day or 2 or 3, maybe you need some. It's probably the reason why you're moody. But no fear, I bring the gospel back to you in case you have forgotten. Now, we start off this morning with the news that Donald J.D. Trump has now become president-elect of the United States of America. Yeah, that place that a lot of people are jackpot into. America. Now, whether you love him or loathe him, the question here is, why are Nigerians, right? The whole of Africa, one could say from a political standpoint, the entire globe focuses on the U.S. election. But you see, the Nigerians, right, of the African subset are a different breed. And that's what I want to ask you this morning. Why are some of you so engrossed in this? You know why? How many of you saw that video, not just of this election, but of several elections in the past of Nigerians? So Nigerians that have probably never even seen the 4 walls of the embassy, wearing t-shirts, carrying banners, and then waving them in support of one candidate or the other. They were not doing it in America. They were doing it right here in Nigeria. I thought that particularly this election that just concluded, I thought that with the rising cost of fuel hitting 1,200 naira per litre in Port Harcourt and maybe 1,100 naira in Abuja, people would not be bothered about what is happening in another man's country. They would be bothered about what's happening in Nigeria. But no, sirree. I'm not saying it's a large number, but the fact that some people took out their time to not just, quote unquote, say, oh, we support Trump, or we support Harris, or we supported Obama, or we supported Biden, right? When you have your own struggles and squabbles, it's begging the question. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this morning, I have to ask you, as we are walking down nostalgia lane this morning, why, oh why, are some Nigerians so bothered about the U.S. election? So much so that they were trying to show body that we like America pass. Now we like America pass. Frankly speaking, I feel it's hogwash.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk. With Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
All right, so we start off with our caller line 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0007. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. 416 at Nigeriainfo PH. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH. At Nigeriainfo PH. Robin is on the line and he's speaking to us from a chair. Welcome, Robin. Good morning.
Good. Thank you and congratulations to you. Today's your favorite.
We try.
You like dealing with your plantain when it's ripe. I deal with my own when it's black.
No, mine black and green. Black and ripe. When it's black, it's time for kekefia. It's time for kwekere. So there's no discrimination. No discrimination at all.
Okay, thank you for understanding that. That's where we are, and that's how we go.
Mm.
Good.
Yes,
question you ask and the issue you brought up, I've been keeping quiet since yesterday. I've had a physical discussion with 3 young men, and 3 of them yesterday were jubilating that Donald Trump has won.
Maka, why?
I do not blame Nigerians who have that enthusiasm. Because, like the story goes, a devil who 2 friends saw, one saw the white side, one saw the black side. That is why if you go through to our shrine or you pass through a shrine, you see some of them use black as their curtain, some use white as their curtain. Donald Trump, that Nigerians, majority do not understand, mostly those who are celebrating, don't understand that there are brothers and sisters that have been hanging on will soon be deported back to their countries.
That's if they're illegal immigrants. Why should anybody be afraid? If you're illegal.
Who is the grandparents of Donald Trump?
It doesn't matter. They got to America legally, but the question is, why are some people really, excited about another person's election, not even their own local government election?
Sure, that is what we are saying. How did you explain, or how have you come to conclusion that the grandparents came to America legally?
Okay.
Because America is a society, whether you go legally or illegally, when you are favored and you are given green card, you become an American. So how do I establish that the grandparents who left German to America came legally?
All right, Robin, we'll go for a break, and this banter will continue.
Nigeriainfo. Right back after this.
In particular, the U.S. elections. Yes, you probably have heard now that Donald Trump is now president-elect, and all things being equal, would become the 47th president of those United States of America, not these ones, because we are not part of them. But anywho, like I said, from a political standpoint, globally, every country is looking at, okay, what's this presidency going to look like? They try to fashion out, okay, their policies and whatnot. Is it going to be more receptive? Are we going to look at more aggression? Even the economy is taking an interesting twist already. I'm hearing signals about the dollar coming down a few points, in the past 13 hours, all those type of things, right? But for the average Nigerian, if not the average African, Why are you so bothered about the US elections? Why? You see, I know we shouldn't play games with our emotions. I also know that a lot of people these days talk about being practical and being realistic. Yes, it's the global economy is the biggest economy in the world. It is the beacon of democracy, if you like that kind of democracy. But the point is, it's the most popular democracy. And so everybody looks at them. Often heralded as the leader of the free nations of this world. A free nation that, has a very interesting way of meddling in people's affairs. But that's a conversation for another day. So why are some Nigerians so enthralled by this? I can understand that maybe the dynamics and the show, the election, what do you call it, the campaign debates, and then the arguments that usually dropped. If I'm to be very honest, the last time I really enjoyed a campaign from the US was during the campaigns that led into Obama's presidency. There were some fantastic debates, that were presented. Different styles. Obama goes to one particular state. He's arguing. He's a preacher. He comes to another place. He's talking like he's a Democrat. He's a university lecturer. He goes to another place. He's appealing to your emotions. Oh, let's not do this. Let's not do that. I believe that we can do this. Yes, we can. How many of you remember that? Good. Now, the same thing has happened in this particular, election campaign period. There's just been a watershed moment for those who want Trump and those who probably don't want Harris. Pick your stand, pick your shoes. But what concerns you, dear Nigerian, that some people, not just in these elections or just concluded election, right? And then in previous elections, some of you will go and carry banner and say, oh, we are supporting Bush. We are supporting Trump. We are supporting Obama. Now we are supporting... What's your problem? Did you see any Americans carrying banners? Americans, by the way, they're in their own country. They've seen Nigerian elections. So you know what? We support Mr. Peter Obi. We support Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We support Shinkatha. We support Jude for this election. You not us here. So what's your problem? Why are you so interested?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
So we have Robin back on the line. Christian is on the line from Boniela. But Robin, let's hear you quickly, please. Good morning.
Yes, thank you. Jude, before that, I was saying something.
Yes, please.
Jude, Donald Trump has won election. Democracy provides that in America. But it's a man who called Africa S-hole openly. The Africa is a hole. It's a continent of S-hole. This is a man who has been convicted. How many times has he been convicted in America? After the past 1 year.
But Robin, once again, Robin, you are focusing on the personality of the individual. I'm talking about the interest of Nigerians on the entire elections. What concerns Nigerians with those people? What's our business?
Nigerians don't move. They are telling one side of the man. They don't understand, but they have the right to do so. That is what God said. But I don't want to wish, and I never pray that he should come back. But all that is democracy. Americans will know what they have done to themselves in the next 1 year. That's what I can say. Good morning.
Good morning, Robin. Christian is on the line from Bonny Island. Christian, why are you so interested in the American elections?
Well, the reason is not far-fetched. You see, Nigerians, they yearn for a country like America, where there is truth, where there is some evidence, elements of truth in their policies. You understand? If it were to be in another country, a black man wouldn't have been the American president. When Obama was contesting, the last minute, we were amongst those. I was among those that were scared that, being an African, being a black American, will it be possible? And they break my jinx. They break that jinx that anything is possible in America.
Apart from a female president.
Justice,
But yeah,
yes.
apart from that.
But in our country here, my dear brother, sorry. The injustice is just too much. That is the reason, nothing more. And let me tell you the truth. Nigeria will surely get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Watch it.
All right, we are watching, and we're very hopeful that we do get there. Zion is on the line. I get to read your comments very shortly on WhatsApp. Keep them coming through. Leaving us in Joku from Eche, Sandy, Asatil Koe, Frederick, and James. I'll get your messages all in a bit, but let's hear from Zion in GRA. Zion, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Jude.
Welcome, please.
America is so loved by citizens of nationalities from other countries. Because one, that's a country that stands for something, and that's freedom. America has opened their gates for freedom, where everybody is equal. That opportunity for you to strive, to make a purposeful living. It so affected their currency that if you ask anybody, should I give you a currency? Yes. Which of them do you want? It's the dollar. You see this relationship. Number two, America is a country that has benevolence.
Really?
America give.
Okay.
It's me.
Okay.
You see this thing giving. The Bible said it clearly. Give and it shall be given unto you. The love you see full of America is that spirit that Americans are givers. They are melancholic in nature. That is who they are. They don't remember anything, how much you hurt them. To come back to them, say, I'm sorry, are they hungry? America will give you food. There is one spirit or one tradition the American parents have imbibed into the life of their children. So when you see our children, so don't scam or you go man, American man, you did not scam the man. No. He only gave you money because you lied to him that you are hungry and you are poor. When you see a country that have taught their children, that have taught their people on how to reach out to the needy, people must surely love you. How come the Donald Trump family? It's not him they voted though. The voters started from his ancestors though. His ancestors are who givers. They help. Go and listen to the Testament. When you give, you attract blessing.
So that's why Nigerians are interested and they're paying so much attention because they are in the company of givers.
Yeah, but if they study, since we also depend on them. Our brothers there, our sisters are there in their numbers. We have a time with America up to tomorrow. So why can't we love them? Look at their national anthem. What did their national anthem tell you? Mr. Zion from Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Zion says because Americans are givers. That's why everybody's interested, you know. Well, that's only one side because the underbelly that is America is a cesspool of corruption and duplicitousness. Don't take my word for it. Do some research. Anyway, let's move on. All right. WhatsApp 009-030-6416 009-030-6416. All right, let's start here with Asatil Koe for mile 3. It says, good morning. The reason is simple. Trump represents a strong religious ideology that suits a very religious country like ours. 2, they need to show solidarity to the man who stands strongly against influx of migrations, especially Nigerians whose fatherland means nothing to them anymore, to make him soften his policies against them. Number 3, Trump is not so much of a diplomat, so he will give it to our politicians, boss, and we'll love it when our untouchables are turned apart since we can't reach them. Astatikoe for mile 3. Interesting. Barry from Gokana, good morning, Jude. You know that some of the Igbo people who are around us here believe that Donald Trump will give them their country Biafra, and that's why they were happy. Barry from Gokana. Interesting. There are so many conspiracy theories, right, that come through every single election cycle from the US. And it from as far back as I could remember, from reading Time magazine back in the day with my father, I kept wondering back then, do all these people really believe these things are going to happen? Now, Jude, my brother, you see, why I'm celebrating Trump is because I and most of us will benefit, because he said he will make America the headquarter of cryptocurrency. And as you can see, Bitcoin has already gone up. This is good for Nigerian youth, so they're into the crypto space. So, and it will make make America a real Christian nation by banning all those gay stuff and the rest. Although he talks anyhow, sharp. Victor from Arabia. You guys are in for a rude awakening very shortly. The EFA or is in Bayelsa. No.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome to the conversation.
I want to ask this question. Has Donald Trump won the election?
Well, he is president-elect as he stands. So yes, he's won.
Okay. You're saying that Nigerians are
interested.
Like they are very interested
yes.
in the election of another country.
Mm-hmm. Why? Why do you think that is?
Well, because like what one of the callers said, that they are givers.
Really? So that's why you're interested.
But we are not supposed to be that interested in because they don't carry flag for us that because Nigeria is doing election that they should vote for President Tinubu or they should vote for Peter Obi. They don't do like that. But
very true.
Some people are overreacting. They are just, how would they be carrying flag for another country? No, it's not right for me.
All right, Defa says it's not right for. Wait, Defa, are you male or female?
Female.
Okay, Defa says she's not pleased with the enthusiasm some of you are expressing over the U.S. election. Defa, thank you very much for calling. Has the power been restored in Yenegua?
Yes.
Okay, so there's power in Yenegua.
No.
Oh.
No.
No power in Yenegua.
Yes, for over 4 months.
Yes, we do know. We heard last week. All right, thank you very much. All right, and then stay tuned to the station. Muriel is on the line from Okrika. Muriel, good morning to you.
Hi, Jude, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Look, Jude, I see it as a sign of hope.
Hope?
And hopelessness at the same time.
Huh.
Yes, in Nigeria. Now, when I say hope, I remember when Buhari won election and Donald Trump was there right there as the president, and Buhari now quickly ran, he and his team to the U.S. And just to visit the president, and all of a sudden we started hearing news that Donald Trump just said that he doesn't want any meeting with Buhari again. We don't know how to do that. That is the most clueless and president he has ever sat with. So sorry to use that word, but Donald Trump has always been a person that is so vocal, and especially when it comes to African leaders, he tells them as it is. If you do wrong, he will tell you. He does not even know how to paint a wall.
Yeah, but that in itself, Muriel, is a flaw, because that means when the man is emotional, he rants. And if you've listened to any of his interviews over the past 4 years, he can rant all over so many things without facts or information. He just rants because he can.
Look, dude, our African leaders need such people.
Really?
So look at their faces and tell them the truth. That you're suffering your people, you're impoverishing your people. So that is a sign of hope on the part of Nigerians. Maybe when Donald Trump comes, he will be able to caution our leaders, tell them that this thing you're doing is wrong, this thing you're doing is wrong. Especially when it comes to attacking Christians, this I don't know if it's a jihad or this thing, against Christians, killing so many Christians. He will tell them as it is, this is what you need to do. Now, when I say hopelessness, dude, when they say a drowning man holding on to a straw,
Yeah.
We Nigerians, we should know that Donald Trump has come for his people. Whatever good he does, he might speak to our people and then they hear. He will not insist. He will just tell them. But whatever good he wants to do is to do for Americans. But there is still hope in that, dude. When America is good, we might, the little drop might come. crowding up their country, filling up their country. It doesn't like it. But yet you are here rejoicing that it's all is here. So for me, it's just a sign of hope and hopelessness on our part. We don't even know what to hold on to. Thank you, Jude.
So we don't know what to hold on to. We're not holding on to hope from another country. This is a very interesting take on this particular phenomena. All right, Sandy says, the reason Nigerians are more interested in the U.S. elections is simple. One of Trump's mandates is to massively deport illegal and undocumented immigrants, and many Nigerians in the U.S. will be affected. That's the fear. Remember what happened during Trump's first administration. Illegal migrants started trooping to Canada via U.S. and Canadian borders. So that's why they are interested. That's the only reason. I see. Well, quietly exposing the real truth. Now, one of the callers spoke some part of what was on my mind. Some of us Nigerians really admire the U.S. and want to be like them. Regardless of their flaws, life there is way better than what we have here. God bless the United States of America, or the Chitru, and God bless Nigeria. Escobar says, I am not only interested in the U.S., but was heavily praying, for Trump. The reasons being, one, Trump can openly criticize our bad African leaders. Why do you and several Nigerians think that Donald Trump is going to spend a good amount of time criticizing Africans and their leaders? Why do you think? I have this feeling that there's a perception from the general public, right, that with the Trump presidency, Africans are going to see a much better relationship. I'm curious about that, because some of you have heard this before. African solutions will not come from America. Africa's solutions will come from inside Africa. Do you really for a second think that America would sacrifice her interest on the altar of yours? It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. Now, Trump would likely ban most of our bad politicians from entering the U.S. How would you know the bad ones? Trump would make our bad leaders to be ashamed of themselves. Are you sure about that? Trump would likely bring peace to the world. Really? Trump will make U.S. hardly accessible, and that will make other African countries to sit up, especially Nigerians, and so many other benefits. That's from Escobar. Interesting. All right. Good morning, Jude. Some persons are bad wagons who follow the trend, but on the real, there are persons who are politically conscious, and it takes a global view because it's all interwoven. The local and international government policy. It all goes down to the policies and values. Imagine the war in Russia and Ukraine has affected the cost of biscuits world over. That is very true. That's just a simple example. Go and ask for the price of cabin biscuits today. Government is interwoven. Today, crypto has been up since the past 24 hours. To me, if you get into a place illegally, you should be sent out. It's a global law. Go and develop your nation. Imagine all Nigerian illegal immigrants sent back. The impact they will make in pressuring our government to doing the right thing because of the foreign government experience they've had over there. Adaya with that comment in Port Harcourt. John Wild Google on WhatsApp says some Nigerians are interested in the American election because they would like Nigeria to be like America, where everyone to a great extent has a sense of belonging. Due to Nigeria, to a great extent, a sense of belonging is missing. There is a disconnect between the leaders and the led. Besides, America is a second home for most Nigerians, hence the green card issue. Donald Trump has always challenged African leaders on good governance. John Wow Google. Let's get to Facebook now at Nigeriainfo. PH at Nigeriainfo. PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. This morning, one simple question. Following the results of the elections announced yesterday, that Trump is now president-elect of the United States of America, right? There were a lot of Nigerians on several X fora, right? And on Facebook, reacting to this. videos circulating all over the place. In fact, there were some people, some accounts, who promised that if Trump won, they were going to distribute money. How many of you saw those messages? It's not a joke. They said they will share money. It's a big deal. Frank Alfred on Facebook says that is the only place where we can see at least 65% election free from crisis. Frank, have you followed the British elections, particularly the UK elections? Have you followed them? How come the prime ministerial position doesn't carry as much, fervor for you Nigerians as the Americans? Because if I'm not mistaken, a good number of Nigerians have businesses, have their lives, have their history. Obviously, we have our history intricately interwoven with that of the British Empire. But you're not so excited about who's going to become the next UK Prime Minister. It's America and Trump. Very curious scenario. WhatsApp now, 0809-030-6416. So joining the conversation, please call 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. All right? At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. All right, so back to WhatsApp now. Ken in Port Harcourt says Trump has a foreign policy inimical to crude oil prices. He gluts the market to the point Nigeria ends up in a recession. Nigerians will see shege under Trump. Ken is saying. Oh boy. The prophets are coming through this morning, aren't they? Okay. Good morning, Jude. You see, after Jesus, Trump is the savior of this world. Dan in Port Harcourt. You see, it's so fascinating to see this response. And this is a global thing. It's not just if you jump onto Mexican Twitter, it's the same thing. If you jump onto a South African Twitter, it's similar. If you jump onto the European Twitter, it's the same thing. The views caught smack in the middle. The polarization is out. In fact, in all my short years of following political, particularly global political, trends, I have not seen this much polarization than the outcome of the elections. If you go to the European Union Twitter, that's where you have all the British, you have the French and all that, where they're all, interwoven with their comments. Some parts are laughing at America. Say, how does a country as big and proud as America get to have this person come through? Some are saying it's only in America someone with so much verve, so much tenacity can make it. So very polarized view, very interesting. You should get to read and find out what's going on. All right. Now, just the same way most of us were happy during Obama's time, but we achieved nothing from America, and we will still achieve nothing from America now during Trump's time. Most of us are just happy for nothing. Wasiu from Rumukparali. You say, well, you're happy. It's bandwagon effect, I guess. It's just, let's all just be happy. It's switching all of us. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, final caller on the line, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. It still is remaining anonymous. Let's engage.
Odunze, are you not hearing me?
Odunze, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. Fine.
Good morning. Talk to us.
Yes, I want to make an impact as regards the contribution of why we are interested in American
politics
election. One, to me, why I am interested in this, America, I see America, the presence of America as the presence of the whole world. That is one. Whatever policies and whatever regulations they are doing may affect us in one way or the other.
Okay, it's true.
And again, Trump, if they put a wrong person there who cannot stand the pressure of the world, it will affect everybody equally. We see Trump as somebody who is strong, who can withstand all these Arabian people, Muslims and all the rest. As a Christian, Trump is a Christian. I am a Christian.
Because he's a Christian, that's why you think he's the better person to lead? That's very myopic. Very interesting. We'll be back after this break.
Nigeriainfo will be right back.
Hey, here's a question for you. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it the sunrise? The sound of your alarm? No.